I wanted to get right into the comedians over in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
This to me is one of the biggest hypocrisies. I touched on it yesterday on the show, and I read a piece in Variety from your old friend David Cross.
Yes.
And it was refreshing to see David calling these fuckers out.
Well, he clearly wasn't invited.
No, you think that's it? I'm looking at him like he's got some kind of value system there, and it's like, I wasn't invited. Them.
Yeah, you pussies. Well, it only really has oomph if you refuse, like that Japanese chick Antasuka Asaka, or whatever her name is, and then Shane Gillis. But I do think David would have refused anyway. He's a pretty moral dude. But
yeah, he seems like what he was saying didn't seem like he just conjured it up to make an excuse for not being invited.
Yeah, no, he's got a great point. He's like, okay, that's fine. You took I'm sure in what's Whitney Cummings' case, it's $375K, probably a 50 grand first class ticket, which I would just say, can I do business or economy and get another 30 grand?
Just give me the money, right?
Yeah.
I need that Emirates suite.
But you realize now you're done. Like, this is your retirement. Whitney Cummings can never talk about being a strong woman's comedian ever again.
Right.
It's
That's
toast.
the point. Like, that's the whole point. They're not just giving you that money. Why is it so much money? They can't go to the Comedy Cellar or the Comedy Store or even playing a theater and make $1.5 million. So what are you getting that money for? Well, you're selling something. You're selling your fucking dignity. Yep. You're selling your ability to go out on stage or talk to the press and virtue signal like you did before you took this money, and talk about the horrible racists around the country and the oppression and the misogyny and all that nonsense out the fucking window. You don't have a leg to stand on anymore.
Well, I was just watching this documentary, Vice is Broke, where Eddie Wang's hypothesis is that I'm pretending to be Hitler, but I don't believe these things. And at the end of the career, I'm going to go, ha ha, it was all a joke. I'm not a sexist Nazi, blah, 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 blah. I was doing a parody of a guy, which is an insane allegation. But that's kind of what this is. It's like, they're all saying, ha ha, it was all a joke. I don't really give a shit about doing what's right. I don't really give a shit about authority and being, like an edgelord, being on the edge, speaking truth to power, identifying the elephant in the room. They got sent, that Japanese comedian showed what they're not allowed to talk about. I'm not allowed to disparage any religion or religious practice, go near the family or any of the members of the monarchy.
Hi, this is Anthony Cumia.
And hello, I am Gavin McInnes.
Together, we're Compound Censored.
And we'd like you to subscribe to our network that has more fantastic content you could shake a stick at. Use this promo code for a one-time super offer.
Do it. It's uncensored and oh so entertaining.
And then any other jokes are fine, I guess. They probably like homophobic stuff.
Yeah. And they probably love the shit out of the gay stuff and trans jokes. Oh, they're just laughing. What are the female comics have to wear covering, right?
I guess. I mean, yeah, I don't know. You have to wear female covering when you're in public. If you're on stage, aren't you in public?
I would assume there's a lot of fucking men there that they probably
having thoughts.
Like, right. Seeing some of those female comics, they're known for their great looks.
You know what? I have an exclusive here. I know someone who works in MMA in Ireland, and I said to him, and he's pretty high up. I won't identify him, but I was talking about my own feelings. I go, for some reason, I'm completely disgusted by these comedians in Saudi Arabia. I don't feel the same way about golf. I'm just kind of uncomfortable with it. Yeah. And then with MMA, I have zero problem whatsoever, and I don't know why that is. So it's easy. This is his 2 cents.
Okay.
Oh, I think that's easy. You know more than most how broke fighters are, so God bless them. They got to prostitute themselves out to whoever will pay to watch them give each other brain damage. Golf, a lot less so. All of them are rich anyway. They could have a little bit of moral courage and not go. And then, of course, comedians. They're supposed to be the ones that attack the establishment and that kind of shit, isn't it? Anyway.
Yep. That's it. They put themselves in the position to be hypocrites if they do things like this. It's their own making. It's the proverbial you made your bed, now lie in it. That's what they're doing. They've presented themselves, especially this batch of comics.
Yes.
The Bill Burr bullshit. And they presented themselves as this holier than thou, very virtuous people. And then when you do something like this, no one cares if a golfer wants to fucking tee off on some Saudi golf course for a few $1 million.
Yeah, that's not their brand. Their brand has always been, I'm the best, I'll play anywhere. Their brand is not, I don't think women should have to cover up. I don't think gays should be killed.
Right.
And free speech. Like, you cannot criticize the royal family. You cannot criticize any of these ridiculous billionaires that are rich off my money, by the way. That's my money. That's oil.
Yeah.
You wouldn't, that place would still be a deserted shithole desert if it wasn't for us processing their dirty water.
Yeah.
So
the big,
it is unique. It is wildly unique. These comedians. But how about motherfucking Pete Davidson?
That's the biggest one out of this whole thing is like, are you shitting me? How? I can't even fathom that. I was trying to actually think, like, what is he thinking? Unless there's only one way he gets away with this. He goes out on stage, pulls out a fucking gun and just starts mowing down the audience, the royal family, whatever. Then you're like, all right, Pete.
That
was pretty righteous. Talk about slow Sicilian revenge.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But it isn't. He's going to go there and they're going to chuckle at him after they literally murdered his father and thousands other.
That's not good for America. You took the most famous victim of 9/11 and then you said, watch this. Hey, doggy treat.
Right.
And he runs over and then you look and you go, that's America, isn't it? That's how, like, this is bad for national security. Like, Pete Hegseth should get in there and go, sorry, you can't go.
Yeah, you're not allowed.
It's not good for the safety of our troops.
The safety of our troops. You've shown that Americans can you'd wave some money in front of their face. There's a price for anything. That is something there should never be a price on. They killed your father. He died in those towers.
It's your whole identity too. Like that
your
was
whole identity.
He did
for years and years.
The Fireman movie with Steve Buscemi, and that's why he was hired for SNL. And also, he's rich, is he not?
Missy's giving me a look like, it wasn't the Saudis, it's the Jews.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Missy, go do your own show.
Yeah,
go do your Hitler show.
Red-pilled women. Every time I talk to my newly red-pilled wife, she's like, "Oh, you're drinking carbohydrates? You know that is meant to poison as kills fertility rates or whatever the fuck." I'm like, "All right,
it's everything." They really are hilarious. It's like everything. She looks at me and she's like, Jews, the Jews. And I'm like, all right, look, I'm not even talking about that. I'm not talking about what really happened. I'm talking about what everyone thinks happened, okay? And if we look at the way everyone thinks what happened, then Pete Davidson is a fucking idiot and he's bought and sold.
But again, before we were so rudely interrupted with anti-Semitism, is he not rich? Like, okay, you said the other day on your show, the range is 375 to 1.4. So we know Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle is in the 1.4 range. Pete Davidson, I mean, he's not selling out Madison Square Gardens.
No.
He's got to be like in the 400, 500 range. 400?
Yeah, although it might be a selling point. It might be a selling point that he goes, dude, you killed my dad. How about
my God, that's so macabre.
Like, give me the fucking Louis C.K. money.
Oh my God. I never even thought of that. That is so gross.
Wouldn't that be? Oh God.
I mean, you gotta be done after this, right? And if you are done and it was all a prank and you've been lying the whole time, okay, fair fucks to you. Bye-bye. Hope I never see you again. Work on your garden. You built a nice place.
Yeah.
You got a big backyard. But as David Cross says, I got fair fucks to him. I got to say, you're done.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. You've lost your ability. Not lost. You sold.
You sold. Yeah.
They didn't lose any of this stuff. They voluntarily sold their ability to be credible when they speak about things that they seem to be so passionate about. And now that's done. Was it worth it? Will it be worth it? When they come back to the States and, go through all the shit and go up on stage again, is Bill Burr going to still talk about the horrible, white people and the oppression and, all that? You just go, dude, you just played Saudi fucking Arabia. It's in the top 10 for modern day slavery.
Yeah.
They are one of the top 10 nations that practice today. There are slaves working in Saudi Arabia. And you're going to talk about the oppression in America and slavery 200 years ago? Yeah, you sold that ability. You sold it.
We keep talking about gays and women, but the black angle is a huge angle too. And I think they have slaves illegally now. But if you look up when it was abolished, like Britain, Britain is like 1832 and we're fucking 1861 or whatever it was. Right. Fucking Saudi Arabia is like 2008.
Yeah. And it was just that damn internet that really fucked them because it kind of opened up what they were doing to the world.
Right. Yeah. They didn't expect anyone to find out or even care. Everyone's human garbage there. What is that? 1962?
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah, right.
Official ban was in place. Anti-slavery campaign recognized that the chattel slave trade continued illegally for some time into the 1980s. Yeah, there's still slavery. It's one of the top 10 nations for modern day slavery.
And they keep these, they're mostly Pajeets, and they keep them in these shacks with corrugated tin roofs in 110 degree heat. I mean, no normal human could possibly survive.
Pajeets don't care though.
And they just build
better
these
than India.
Insane. I like what Owen Benjamin said. He goes, I love the Saudis. They keep slaves. That's cool and funny. And he goes, they're like us when we were 8. And we're like, if I had $1 billion, I would have like a bunch of slaves. And then I'd have Kim Kardashian come and do karaoke at my house. And then I'd build the tallest building in the world. And they're little kids.
Like 8. That's really funny. Owen's been really funny.
I drive my Mercedes on just the 2 wheels on the side.
Yeah.
And then
flip over. Who cares?
On the top, fuck it. Who cares?
Living in modern slavery. Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, there you go. It's happening.
$250,000.
It is fucking happening right now. I don't care what
even $1 million, I don't think is a good investment. Shane Gillis, he can now talk about that till he dies. Yep. But I saw him going, aren't you the 9/11 guys?
Yeah. He said they offered him a bag of money. Just a bag of money.
So that's got to be 1.2.
It has to be. Keith would talk about, because Keith used to do security for the royal family when they would come over here to New York City, and they were all a bunch of fucking degenerates. They would go into a club, bottle service, drinking, girls, all the shit they can't do over there. They would come here to do, and Keith and a few of the other NYPD guys were security for them. And Keith would talk about meeting them at the airport, no security, none of that. They would pull the SUVs right up to the plane on the taxiway or by the and they would get out, and then they would get bags of fucking hundreds wrapped in like Glad wrap, in cellophane. They were all wrapped up, these bricks of money. And anything they wanted or needed, it was cash. Hotels, they'd buy entire floors to like the Four Seasons. They'd go out and just hand stacks of money to girls, bar attenders, bottle service girls. And this is what they do. They have more money than you could ever even imagine. So you got a couple of comics. You got what? 20 comics you want to come over? 20 million. If you gave them all $1 million, $20 million is nothing to them.
I think they fucked Beyonce.
Probably.
I remember hearing some
money.
story like she went there for a meeting. She got 20 million and she had her meeting in a private hotel room and then the meeting was done. Yeah, you met his fucking
I want
probably
to fuck
skull fucked
Beyonce.
her, reverse 69. You know,
right.
Just fucking plunged his dick in and she's like, there's 20 million, you whore.
Yeah. Now
they're all whores.
Whore. Yeah. They're doing the walk of shame to a beautiful fucking Emirates A380 fucking suite on there and everything, but it's still, I'm a whore.
And like with we used to joke, how much would you have to be paid to be fucked in the ass by a homeless man or eat out Hillary Clinton? There's the act. And then there's the memory for the rest of your life. Like you eat out Hillary Clinton for, say, $1 million. But now the next time you go down on your wife, you get these like flashes of the Hillary. You can see Hillary like, and you've kind of ruined cunnilingus with your spouse for the rest of your life by doing that deal. They're going to be on stage talking about these rich assholes. They're going to be on stage talking about slavery. They're going to be on stage talking about how gays are constantly treated like shit. Drag Queen Story. What do you care about Drag Queen Story Hour? Why y'all worried about that all the time? Dude. Well, we don't throw them off buildings.
Yeah.
Like your buddies.
Yeah, all the gay rights nonsense that these fucking assholes spew on their in their act, holier than thou too. Like, ooh, watch out, the gays are coming. You know, they're great people, and fine, they are. That's fine. But then why are you going to Saudi Arabia where they throw them off of rooftops, stone them, bury them up to their fucking neck, and throw big rocks at their dumb gay heads?
Yeah, Tim Dillon was invited and they told him he was going to get stoned. And he's like, I thought you don't do drugs over there. And they go, oh, we don't have drugs. And then he's like, I'm out.
Right.
Did he get uninvited? What happened with him?
Tim?
Yeah.
He sort of
I don't know. Isn't he gay?
He was by his dad. That's how he became gay. But I wasn't asking about that. No, because he said he was rejected. I think he didn't get a chance to refuse. I think they made an offer and someone goes, that he's.
He made fun of it is the problem.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they pulled his invitation back.
Yeah, he said.
But he knew all the deals from the contracts. Like he knew the amounts and everything that they were offering. That's why we know it was 375 to 1.5 or 1.6.
So he gets the props of being a Shane who rejected it without actually rejecting it.
Yeah. Shane looks real good in this.
He really did come out on top.
A popular guy. There's no, he's not a popular comic, so it wouldn't do him any good to go over there. He's probably not making as much as the rest of the guys. Whatever excuse they need to make. But no, you could tell that was purely Shane going, yeah, this ain't a good look. This isn't a fucking good look.
You saw the AI rap song, right?
Oh, yeah. That's all over the place.
That was great.
I love Bill Burka. What a great fucking, it's just so easy. It's simple. It's funny. It works. Bill Burka.
I haven't seen the Tim Dillon podcast on it yet. My wife just sent it to me, but apparently it's fucking hilarious. Is that what you're going to show, Sean?
I hope this is the right clip. This says this is the joke that got him
you
fired.
Better be good because you interrupted the show.
Revealed the exact joke from his podcast that got him fired from the Riyadh Comedy Festival just a few weeks before the big gig.
My agent called me and goes, they heard what you said about them having slaves. And I said, I was being positive about it. I was defending them. He goes, well, I know that. I said, I was defending them for having slaves. I literally said slaves are probably hard workers and for the most part agreeable, but they didn't like that. You can literally support somebody too much. I've learned this. You can actually, by the way, in life, this happens. Too many compliments, too much support, and then they turn on you. I was saying that slaves were proud of some of the buildings they built. That's what I was saying. I was saying that if I was a slave, not that I want to be, if I was a slave, and I built a really nice thing, I might say to my slave children, Daddy built that.
Tim Dillon.
Yeah. And you know, it's great. Like people would look at that and go, oh, that's worse than going over to Saudi Arabia to do stand-up. He's saying things that are terrible. But obviously he's making jokes. They're very funny.
Yeah.
It's that extreme, like ridiculousness that makes it funny. They really are going over to Saudi and really taking their money to go up and make these fucking animals, give them a little chuckle in life. So yeah. Who's the bad guy?
Saying they're edited jokes. But it sounds like Tim Dillon said yes. He just burned the bridge by being too funny.
They fired him.
Yeah. Sorry, Tim. I love you to death, but you don't get the same level. You don't get the same gold medal that Shane Gillis gets. You get like a
1 million. Would you do it?
Fuck no. I'm the cheapest man alive. I am happy with a Budweiser in a I don't like bars that are too nice. Like if the bar itself doesn't have chips in it, I'm not comfortable in there.
Right.
So my tastes are nothing. And I mean, I like a nice flight. I like a nice seat on the plane. But that's
for sure.
That's like $1,800 instead of $700. But yeah, I like all your work just blows away to dust. Everything you've ever said, especially I'm an Islamophobe. And it's such a betrayal to all the people who ever listened to you and was like, he's right.
Right.
Islam is compatible. You've just said, go fuck yourself, bitches. It's like snitching. It's like snitching on your friends. Like, that's why I don't do crime, because I wouldn't be able to not snitch to save myself 40 years.
Your own ass, of course.
I can't do the time, so I ain't doing the crime.
Yeah, see, smart guy. Yeah, it's like snitching. You just lose all your credibility. I wouldn't. It wouldn't even take a second for me to say no. And I was saying it's not a money thing at that point.
No,
I would fly overseas. You've done this, gone over to the UK and done some stuff, and you make a few bucks. You hope to break even with the flight and everything. It's just fun to do. Some countries are fun to be in. The people are cool. Like I would love to go to Ireland and.
Totally.
I don't know if it's naive of me to think that there's still a cool little Irish pub to sit in and throw some darts and drink some Guinness amongst some authentic Irish people. I would do that. I would pay money to do that. If there was a gig or something, I wouldn't care if I made money. You couldn't pay me enough to get on a flight to Saudi fuck Arabia and go in front of the enemy and try to make them chuckle within their parameters.
I fucking hate the Middle East. I hate Africa. I have no intentions of going over there for any reason whatsoever. No. And Africa is just a depressing shithole full of monsters. The Middle East is full of people who want to destroy the West and are effective at it. And I deeply resent their wealth. I hate that it's an 8-year-old who won the lottery. It's like it's silver spoons or something.
Yeah, Richie Rich.
Yeah, it's Richie Rich. Like if they cured cancer, I go, well, I guess that's fair. Fill your boots. I don't like your culture, but at least you earned your money. But no, all they do is destroy the West. They hate the West.
Yeah,
they're not.
It's a never-ending supply of American dollars wrapped in saran wrap. Picture that. There's that clip in which is kind of weird when you think about it, in Better Call Saul, where Bill Burr and the big black guy are laying on a giant pile of money in a storage unit because it's all Was it Better Call Saul, or maybe it was Breaking
phew.
Bad?
I was Better Call Saul's my second favorite show. I was worried. I don't remember that.
It's so awesome. It might have been Breaking Bad then.
Yeah,
but
it must have been. I don't remember
dealing
Bill
with
Burr.
Saul. It's kind of hard sometimes because they did the flashbacks.
Yeah,
flash
Venn
forwards, or what
diagram.
have you. And it's Bill Burr and the big fat black guy, and they're laying on a pile of money that Walter White just can't get rid of. You can't launder it. Yeah, there it is. Thank you. They're just, this is Bill in Saudi Arabia. There's the giant stack of money, and he's going to take it. Yeah, lay down on it.
Dude.
Lay down on it. This is nothing to Saudi.
This is a problem
They
with
have this money.
with Puerto Rican drug dealers in the Lower East Side. At the peak of heroin, like in the early 90s, they were selling it so fast in these abandoned apartment buildings where people would line up the stairs and they were in a locked room and they'd put in money and they'd give them the heroin. They would get tendinitis from going like that all day.
Right.
And they'd have a money room. So you get your mom a Range Rover, which she doesn't really want because there's no parking in the Lower East Side. Then you get your $40,000 Jesus piece, right? with diamonds on it and shit. And then you go to the club. If you're lucky, you can blow 10 grand at a strip club with all your friends and cocaine and everything. They just couldn't get through that money. They almost had to start their own heroin addiction to try to take a chip out of the money.
And the money is pouring in and you're trying to spend it, and it's just a tidal wave is pouring in more money every minute. And you're like, let me buy this. Let me buy that. It can't compare. It's just going to stack up. And that's Saudi.
I just hate the way that we lap it up. It's so embarrassing. There was Uncle Frank, Jimmy Kimmel's uncle who used to do security on the show. He was an ex-cop from Times Square in the 50s where he just plowed through so much pussy his dick almost fell off.
I bet.
It was the blue magnet. What was I supposed to do? He called it the blue magnet.
The blue magnet, sure.
Meaning the blue uniform folks at home. But I was doing do's and don'ts with him. I used to do this thing in Vice Days where I'd show people pictures and we would film it with my camera on my computer, and then we would show the live reaction of people to these various outfits. And there was some I'm a fat, I forget what the t-shirt said. And I said, would you ever wear that? And he goes, not for $1,000. I would never wear that. And I go, okay, what about $1 billion? He goes, there's no amount of money that I would take to wear that shirt. And I'm like, you could cure world hunger with $7 billion. And he's like, I'm not interested. I'm not doing that. And I could tell he was serious. I could tell he was being legit.
Yeah.
And I thought that is a thing of the past.
Nope. Dangle some cash in front of these motherfuckers. And again, it's because of who they are and how they presented themselves over the years that makes it an issue at all.
Sure.
There are plenty of people, because I posted about it on X, and most of the comments obviously agree. They're like, yeah, these people are fucking hypocrites and assholes. But you get one or two and it's like, oh, but you're okay with our own government selling arms to Saudi Arabia? Like,
no.
Yeah, I'm not okay with it, but that's the business of governments. They need weapons. We make weapons. We sell them weapons.
Yeah.
That's how it works. And I have never looked at the U.S. government as this virtuous, caring, entity. They're pieces of shit.
Right.
I get it. Companies do business with Saudi Arabia. They go, Trump wants to build a hotel in Saudi. Yeah, he's a developer. His company develops properties and builds on them. I go, I thought you've all talked about what an asshole, racist, homophobe, and everything Trump is. So this is perfect for him.
That fits your narrative. You should be thrilled.
Yeah, it fits your narrative. Good for you.
You know what's crazy? It's possible that this is all a fuck you propaganda piece to America. And the jewel of the Nile, the Fabergé egg, the Raiders of the Lost Ark is Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, because that's humiliating. I'm embarrassed. As an American, I'm embarrassed.
Humiliating.
So I'll get people above Pete, like Kevin Hart and people he looks up to. And then I'll get a scattering some people below Pete career-wise, like Jeffrey Ross and that Japanese chick, whatever. So he'll be hiding in it.
He fits right in the middle of the comics.
Perfectly in the middle.
Yeah.
And
he's
then
not Louis C.K., but he's bigger than fucking, the fat Spanish guy that they have on the bill.
Yeah. Or even
Iglesias.
Even Bobby Lee. Like Bobby Lee's been around more, but Pete Davidson is currently on the way up and Bobby's on the way down.
Right.
So I'll buffer it with people above so it doesn't look that obvious, but it's really the Pete Davidson Comedy Festival. And then it's like, America thinks that they know what they talk about morality, Christianity. I kill this man's father. I throw some money at him. What does he do? He comes running to me. Please, 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 can I be your friend? Please, please. And then I say, fuck off. Get back on the plane.
Yeah.
We fly him here first class. I send him back coach. We say there's a problem with the airline and you can stay here forever or you can take the coach flight. Fuck you, bitch. This is America. Pussies.
They pay the pilot to do some laps around the Freedom Tower in New York. Oh, God. That would be terrible.
Peter. Thank you for embarrassing 340 million people. Thank you for that. And thank you for making our troops look like absolute shitheads. Thanks a lot.
Pissing on the graves of all the dead people, including your dad.
Pissing
on his grave.
Hey, I didn't love that we went to Iraq for a Saudi Arabian crime and we just started destroying Afghanistan for a Saudi Arabian crime, but you're still pissing on those soldiers' graves. They weren't going, I get to shoot it at Afghanis. That was their job. They were assigned there because of 9/11. And you just said, fuck you, dead bodies. Go fuck yourself.
Doesn't he have a baby on the way with some actress woman? Yeah. I hear he's going to name him Mohammed Atta. That's
he will for the right amount of money. How much are you going to pay him?
Right. Pay him. They could probably do that. The Saudis
Absolutely.
We'll give you $10 million if you name your kid Mohammed Atta. We want to see it on the birth certificate.
Absolutely.
Okay. Mohammed Atta, whatever.
All right, man. All right.
Yeah. Oh, what a fucking piece of shit. That one was the ultimate. Like when I was first going through the list.
Yeah.
And you see like Louis, and Louis can be very virtue signaling and shit. Bill, we all know that nonsense.
Bill's bad because of the racism shit. Louis, he's kind of known as a lecherous pervert, which I don't think is justified, but that is his career.
They don't like that over there. They want to do it, but they can't.
He's the wanker. So it's like you're already a lech, so it doesn't really contradict everything. You're like the pervert comedian, almost like Gilbert Gottfried, but not really, in that you're just sort of like this, known as this like, guy. I mean, I think he's one of the greatest comedians of all time.
Louis hilariously funny.
I think he's the best out of all of them.
The clips that come up of his show, Louis, they're hilarious. Like they're so well written and acted. Even
dude,
it's just
the banana joke.
Yeah.
He was 11 at the time. Little kid he was laughing his fucking head off.
Yeah.
When the banana's like, they can see my bruise.
Yeah, I can see my bruise.
It's totally clean humor. No, he's a fucking amazing guy. But Pete Davidson, and then the black guys. Kevin Hart has a whole thing about when Don Rickles said you look like a little monkey.
Yeah.
The Saudi Arabians literally think you are a monkey.
Yeah, they think you're a monkey. They'll be laughing at him because he just looks like it's a monkey in front of a microphone. They might as well have him.
They'll be impressed that he has clothes. They'll be like, look at his little buttons. They work. He's got a little suit
dress him up in an old-fashioned train engineer uniform and have him ride a tricycle around the stage. The fucking Saudis, they'll give him more than $1.5 million. They will fucking be making it rain, laughing.
Oh, there's been a misunderstanding. We are paying $1 million in bananas. What will you do with money? Eat it?
Yeah. What's with this costume? You just go out there, ride the tricycle. It's going to be great. Oh, shit.
When Kevin Hart gets on stage, people start bidding. 2 million, 2 million, 3 million. I'll take it. Money's no object. I mean, that is what's happening. They're fucking comedy slaves.
Yeah. As they're hauling him away, Bill's like, is he done? Am I up now? I get up there now and I make him laugh? What do I do? Just hypocrites. And, you know, that's it. But like I said, it was good to see David Cross and actually, you know, calling them out individually, too. Because, look, he's in that boat. He's in that fucking liberal Hollywood, the virtue signaling boat. And you don't usually see them come out and actually say, hey, what are you doing? Mark Maron did the same thing, too. He had a couple of really funny lines, actually, about the whole thing. And, you know, they're all the same, but it's refreshing to see a couple of them pop up and say something about this. So if you enjoyed that clip,
then subscribe to Compound Censored using this promo code.